Okay, so I got me a 2010 Lincoln MKS 3.7 liter V6 base engine, all-wheel drive. And this beast is just starting intermediate. Sometimes it's a keyless start, push a button. Sometimes it'll start, other times it makes no noise. Lately, I've been hearing click, 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 click from the starter. I'm going to show you right now how to take out the starter. It's a little bit of work because it's buried in there, and you'll see. Just follow along. So first thing I want to do is actually show you where the starter is. It's that silver thing kind of buried in there, right? Follow my stick right here. See where the stick is touching? That's it right here. So it's kind of buried in there. So what I'm going to have to do is take off this battery bracket, take out the battery holder right here. Got to undo the air intake, undo the mass airflow right here, take off this little guy right here, and then disconnect this whole thing from the throttle body. That's step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's always take off the negative cable first. It's always the first cable coming off and the last one coming on. So, because that's your ground. All right, so on this car, it's a little 8mm. Most cars are 10, but not on this one. It's an 8. So here we go. Okay, got him off. And the positive is also an 8mm. Okay, there we go. Now we got the 2 terminals off. Now I'm going to take off this bracket. This is a 10mm long socket. And they're kind of screw on. A lot of screwy on this one, if you will. So get it nice and loose, take it off. Put it here for now, get this one off. Here's the bracket, get him out of here. Let's get the battery out. It's heavy. It's just so I don't lose the bolts, the little nuts. I tend to put them back where they came, so I put them back on here. That'll save you a lot of headaches. A lot of headaches. Okay, here we go. Long socket, 13mm. Here we go. Loosen these guys up. This out of the way. This one going. You only really need a long socket on this one. The other two you can use a short socket. Just. Okay. Finish this off. Isn't watching someone take off a couple bolts kind of like watching grass grow, right? Right? Okay, time to take off this air filter. So a couple things before we actually take it off is disconnect this guy here. There's a little spring lever here, it just slides like that. Then this comes off, where it should. There we go. And then this one is a 20 Torx. 2 screws, little screws, 20 Torx. And be careful because these are ones that are easy to lose. Gets this little mass airflow thing off, sensor off. Do this one, get him off. Out he goes. Here comes the mass air sensor. And again, I'm going to put these back in, otherwise, I know me, I'll lose them. Now to finish taking this guy off, there's 2 clips here and right here. So let's take those off. Just pry them or pull them. Come up pretty easy. And then this guy just slides out. So, see if I can do it with one hand. There you go. Now the only thing holding this thing on is undoing this where it clamps onto the throttle body. So I'll just take that off. And that is of course, an 8mm. So here's the, let's see, oh yeah, here it is right here. 8mm, undo it, spin it a bunch of times, make it nice and loose. But then this bad boy just pops off. Well, okay, I might have to do a couple more spins. Okay, that was stuff. Okay, so I'm gonna give it a bunch of spins. Make it nice and loose. Make this. One tool you should always have in your repertoire is a magnet. and it's a kaleidoscope magnet. Well, to be honest, the 8mm socket where the extension came off the ratchet fell into the engine compartment. I thought it went underneath the car. I have not found it underneath the car, and I do not see at all where it is in the engine compartment. This one may be going to the gods. So now that I have the little 8mm clamp nut on the clamp loose, you could use a screwdriver too. It doesn't have to be an 8mm socket. Anyway, just loosen that clamp and this pulls off. And now, as you can see, I give myself lots of room to work. Push this bad boy out of the way, leave all the hoses, and now you can get a better view of that starter. It's right here. Still got more work to do. Got to get this off. But to get this off, remember there's a bolt underneath here, directly underneath. We have to take this off, which is part of the air filter. It's not hard. It's either 7 or 8mm, 7, 8mm. Take these out, this thing just comes right off. So let me do that. Yeah, so it just, the only thing holding on are these two guys, and then it just pops out like so. Look at that, how about that? Oh, we're starting to get room to get access to that starter, aren't we? We're getting close. Okay, so the other bolt is right here. That's why I got to take the air filter business off. So it's also a 13mm. So let me go ahead and take that guy off. As you can see, I'm getting that little bolt out. So once you get the bolts out, this guy comes off nice and easy, right? Look at that, all sorts of room. And there's the starter right there, getting access to it. So now I'm gonna put these battery holder bolts and nuts, or nut and bolt, back where I took them off, because I'm telling you, if you don't, you're gonna have a pile of nuts and bolts. You don't know where they go. Okay, so here's kind of a bird's eye view. Starter's right here. We gotta get that out. A bolt is right there. Another bolt is over there. So the question is, can I get my ratchet stuff in there and then just wiggle this thing out? Some people are able to do it. I tried that before, but it's kind of hard. So what I do, and you don't have to, but this is the cruise control bracket. There's a bolt, let's see, right here, 15, I believe it's 15mm. Then some 3 small ones right in there. Right in there. One, you can't see them because they're hidden, but they're there. There's 3 of them. And I think they were 7mm. It might be 8. I went and got both from the hardware store, so mine are either 7, 8, or 10. Maybe even 9, but just, you'll find out. But there, again, you got to get this bracket off. So again, there's a bolt, and a bolt underneath this thing, and you'll see them when you get in there. So I'm going to take off, and then the other thing you have to decide is, in the past I've taken this off, and it really makes it a lot easier. But I realize this is my thermostat. I'll just take this off. Yes, I'll lose some radiator fluid. That's okay. I'll just bleed it when I put it back on, which isn't hard. So to take this guy off, which is your thermostat, there's a little, I think it's, again, an 8mm bolt here, and there's one underneath. So if you ever need to change your thermostat on this car, it's super duper easy. Just take it out, and I'll show you the thermostat. But I'm gonna go ahead and take it off. So I'm gonna go ahead and take off the cruise control cable right here, just because it's sort of in the way when I try to get to this bottom bolt here. I mean, if I fiddled with it enough, but I have to take this off anyway, so I'll go ahead and do it. And so now I can get this guy out of the way. Might take some jiggling on this, but yeah. The more, I mean, I'm a person that loves having room. Oh, so there's your thermostat. So I got everything out of the way that I want. And see how easy it is? Look at all this room I got to get these bolts out. And I think they're 15mm is what I think. First, I'll take these guys off right here. So this nut's a 14mm. So I'll take him off first. All right, so this little booger, this terminal is actually just a 10mm. Okay, those darn bolts are off. Everything's disconnected. I got room, and now I just pull out the starter. And there it goes. Ta-da! I got him out. So there.